I think the thing is phenomenal. It's transformed business for Metis. It's transformed the way we hold our meetings with our clients. The reactions we're getting from clients is totally different. You know, they can see we have their interests at heart. It's all about a plan, formatting a plan, sticking with a plan for them, and they can see that we're not in it, you know, to make money, make commission. We're in it actually to help them manage their money and plan everything into the future. You know, we spend lots of time talking about them and what they want to do and what they want to achieve, their personal goals, their financial goals, their raison d'etre. Why do they get up in the morning? Why do they go to work? You know, everything is covered in the Voyant plan, or the Metis life plan as we call it. And that leads to a much more, I suppose, fulfilling experience for them and for us, much better meeting, and then a much better relationship. And the result is that we tend to get a lot more business from it.
Yeah, I think our whole process is really about focusing on what the client's goals are, you know, and Voyant really brings that home. You know, we're not about, you know, recommending the best fund or, you know, the best provider or anything like that. And really everything comes down to establishing what the client's goals are initially, and then putting a plan in place to achieve those goals. And Voyant has helped that. As you can kind of see from on screen here, you're laying out their pathway from now and up until the day they die, and there's all sorts of things that can happen there. And ultimately when we bring a client in to do a review, it comes back to, we just shown this and it's, look, you're still on track, or something has changed and the plan has changed and we need to adapt to that, you know. And that's really been a huge thing for us, that every meeting we have with a client now comes down to, what are we doing to achieve your goals?
The Voyant software has helped us to identify, you know, where there might have been gaps in portfolios to date. So again, I suppose the word I keep using is it's been transformational for us. And you know, from our point of view, every time we use it, there hasn't been an exception. It has added significant value for the client. And of course, you know, as financial planners, what's our goal? Well, our goal is to make sure every time a client comes through the door that we add value to them.
I did struggle with it at the beginning. I mean, I was the one, I suppose, lagging with, you know, Voyant. Do I need this? No, look, I've done this for years and it worked okay. You know, I've been reasonably successful. Why do I want to break something if it's, you know, not broken, or change something if it's not broken? But I have to say, you know, I remember the first meeting I did, brought Keane along. We did the plan, we did all the work in the background, got all the information from the client, put the plan together, went and met the client, and it was a fantastic meeting. I mean, I think at that particular meeting, the spouse of the client followed us out onto the street to say it was the best meeting they've ever had. It was absolutely fantastic stuff. And they thanked us for coming down and doing it. And we got a serious piece of business from that meeting. And we never look back as far as Voyant is concerned. We bring it into every meeting that we can now where possible.
But one of the things that we've really found transformational about Voyant is that, you know, your job as a financial planner is all about the quality information that you get. And once we bring people in and show them this, the amount of times they've come out and say, well, actually that's wrong, I have another property there, or, you know, I'm actually getting rental income from here, and, you know, it opens up a completely different conversation. Whereas people, you know, might only want to give you do their pension and someone else does life cover for them. Now it's really about, you're managing all of their assets, whether they're cash assets or property or whatever it is, you know. So it's made a huge difference that the quality information we now actually get from our clients has been brilliant.
What's great about it is that the plan is very individual. You know, you can see it up there. It's individualized for each person, each family, each business, whoever we're dealing with, and we can change that. And what I love about it is that, you know, we tell them we'll review that on an ongoing basis. It's their plan. If something changes in their world over the following 6 months or 12 months, contact the office. We'll put it in the plan, we'll sit down and see where the effect is, we'll bring them in and we'll talk through it again. So they love that. So they can go away with peace of mind to a huge degree. So we can point out the pitfalls and the issues, deal with them, put them in the plan, and they can go home and basically get on with their lives until the next meeting.
There has been nobody that has been not impressed by the cash flow planning when we've done it. So therefore, from our point of view, the Voyant system totally suits our model.
In general, like it's completely different from before, where, you know, we're not concerned about external influences anymore. It's about how can Metis Ireland be the best we can be, you know, how can we give better advice, how can we add more value to our clients. And this has probably been the most transformational piece of that, you know, to go along with the quality and the expertise of the advice that we give as well.
And I suppose where Voyant has been fantastic is that I've targeted clients that I know have other business, and maybe if it's spread around and it's with banks in various places, I've brought them in and done the Metis Life plan, got them to agree to it, got all the information from them, done the plan, sat down with Keane, worked it all out, brought them in and done the meeting. And what we found is now they've become true clients in that, they are collaborating with us. It's transformed their vision of what we do for them. We're not just selling them investments and trying to, look after their pension plan and their life cover. It's now a whole holistic approach to their financial planning. So our Voyant has been very strong. It's going after, as I said, maybe the clients that were set in their way with me because of the way we did business. And we've changed that whole dynamic now, and they've become true clients of the business, and they can see the value that we're adding.
Because when they see it, after all, it is visual, so it's showing them their financial life in an awful lot of colours and pictures. When they see it, they all buy into it.
The big thing that we found is not only, you've got to remember, we've evolved. Metis has evolved using Voyant, so we're getting slicker at it. We can identify in a meeting now where it's really, really going to help somebody. So we make sure that in a meeting we introduce it. And I think clients don't expect the approach that we have. A lot of them think they're going into a broker, they're going in maybe to be sold something. They might have been referred, say a new client might have been referred by somebody. They don't really know what to expect. But what we find is when we take them through our process and use the approach that we use, that they actually are very pleasantly surprised at the end of the meeting. And they do go away, as Keane said earlier, feeling actually happy about having had the meeting and feeling that we're on their side, that we're not trying to sell them something, that we're actually on their side, and that the whole thing is about managing their finances properly.
Yeah, I think as well, showing clients the benefit of being tax efficient. When all of the things are equal and all the charges and all the performance are equal, actually managing your assets, and when you're drawing them down in particular, drawing them down in the most tax efficient manner, it can add a huge amount of value and save you a lot of money. And there's a lot of advisors out there who are putting more and more time into education, doing the RPA, doing the CFP. They're starting to get, and these qualifications starting to get a lot of traction. But you need to be able to back it up with something, and that what Voyant does very well. So it's one thing being able to give great advice, but how you can actually demonstrate to a client and make sure that they can trust you and know what you're saying is correct.
Whereas we find now that we have a really, really strong proposition for clients with Voyant. And we can stand down, hold a meeting on our own, give them this service. They can see the value of the service and they're willing to pay for it.